Welcome to this Adhyayanam Mind Mantra channel. This is your channel. See, why Python? Why I am trying to actually look at Python programming? This the platform. What you are seeing, the screen. What you are seeing is editor, which is known as Jupyter, where we run the Python programming. I wish to start this Python programming series uh, so that I can share the knowledge. But why should I do it at this point of time? See, even I am inclined and interested in working on Python programming, but sometimes there is a lot of gap in working on Python. So I wanted a sustained way of working in Python and up to the machine learning part. So I also want to actually reach out to you so that I can make myself, I can run the programs, I can keep in touch with it, I can actually do many wonders. We say starting from a simple Python programming, wherein we write additions and subtractions and suppose say multiplications, arithmetic operations, but there are certain advanced concepts. I suppose say we hear words like data analysis, right? Data analysis, and we say data analytics, then we say machine learning, artificial intelligence. But Python, when I was studying my engineering, suppose way back in 1992, 93, I heard that Python was there about around, I was working on Fortran, then I heard about COBOL, but still, Python was also one of the programming language, but which did not actually, there was no focus on even with the what do you call it, engineering curriculum and everything. There was no focus on Python. But now the Python has become so versatile. That means when I start working on using such an editors, I really get fascinated. How wow, what a beautiful libraries it has, and how can I actually do my programming, see the outputs, the what do you call it, its functionalities. It's mind blowing. The Python, I started even working on R programming. See, Python itself has one of the very advantages. It is a what do you call engineering type of implementation. But R programming is one that also is available, which is statistically a beautiful tool. Of course, once I start the journey with the Python, after a certain stage, I will actually start the journey of the R programming also because the statistical part, I find, we can actually look at the R tool. Okay, now as you can see my screen here, which is Jupyter, this is one of the tool we have with what you call editor, IDE, what we say, and then we can run the Python programming. So I just try to actually, see what is Python programming, those things are there, but everybody knows it. See, even I don't have to separately explain what is Python, what is not Python. So generally, if I go to the Wikipedia, and say who has started this particular Python. Is it the designer of the Python? Sorry if I'm pronouncing it is wrong. G. Van Rossum, and it is actually started way back. So it says, Python is a high-level general-purpose programming language. Its design philosophy emphasizes code readability with the use of significant indentation. Python is dynamically, see indentation. Oh my goodness, this is the one which shows the programming beauty also. Python is dynamically type checked and garbage collected. It supports multiple programming paradigms, including structured, object-oriented, and functional programming. Yeah, so Guido van Rossum began working on Python in the late 1980s as a successor to the ABC programming language. Python 3.0, released in 2008, was a major revision and not completely backward compatible with the earlier versions. Beginning with the Python 3.5, capabilities and keywords for typing were added to the language, allowing optional static typing. As of 2026, Python Software Foundation supports Python 3.10, 3.11, 3.12, 3.13, and 3.14. See, now the latest, Python 3.15 is currently in the alpha development phase, and the stable release is expected to come out in the October 2020. Of course, I think, you might be seeing I will share the screen again where I'm trying to read all these things. Extremely sorry. Now look at this. This is where I'm trying to look at, in the Wikipedia. This is what is, these are the versions, as of 2026. See, that means, you can understand this is the page which I've opened is just now. Yesterday I've opened it. Okay. So he says Python has gained widespread use in the machine learning community. See, that is what is again one more thing. It is widely taught as an introductory programming language. Since 2003, for example, Python has consistently ranked in the top 10 of the most popular programming languages in the Tayub Programming Community Index, which ranks based on the searches in the 24 platforms. Of course, keeping on working on this, reading this or, might be looking boring, but, it says the very interesting part. Let us actually look at this. The name Python derives from the British comedy series Monty Python's Flying Circus. It says, right, right, right. Okay, I think, you can see our designer of Python, Rosam, is really wonderful. I had taken many courses in Python during my, in my employment, and it is wonderfully written. Now, let us go to the again our Python. Uh, this particular area where, yeah, so now so look at this. See, how do I start my first program? It's very simple. I wanted to actually just go to the Python file, and then if I say a new, and I get a new console, notebook, terminal, text file, markdown file, Python file. So these things are available here. See, all these things are available: console, notebook, terminal, text file, markdown file. See, markdown file is also one thing I will try to explore. And then if I go to the new, I go to the, first of all, I go to the Python 3 IPY kernel. Okay. I'm just opening this. Uh, uh, so let us actually open this. Yeah. So now see, now this kernel has opened. Now we will be ready to work on the Python here. So this is a Jupyter notebook, and this is not named. This is not given any name here. You can see the name is not given. So let us run this as my first PY program. Okay. Or I think, it's very big. So what should I do? So my first Python program. So I name it as, oh, okay, let us type. So my first Python program, I can say, and then one, done. So I renamed, you can see the rename. So very simple, whether it is working or not, whether it is installed, that means I just wanted to know I am giving some x is equal to 2, and then I want to run this program. To run the program, what should I do? See, this is the program. This is here. Actually, you see this menu bar here: save, add, cut, copy, paste, and then I run this program. But the output is not visible. So I want to see the output. So then X, and then I run the program again. Now you can see X is equal to given to. Okay. So there are we are having, that means it is what it is reading our what do you call it is reading our things, and then that means we are ready. Now I say y is equal to 3, and that is equal to x plus y, and then I try to print z. Let me run this program. See, now I think, but this is my basically what is the structure of the program? How do I see if I want to cut this particular area? So it is cutting area. This is cutting out. Finished. So again, we are at the beginning of the program code, and then yeah, so this is a code part. If I look at the markdown part, how does it markdown part looks like? This is a raw or something. This is all, these are all different settings what we are trying to see. And then if I go to the edit, see there are file, right? New. These are the things which we can see. A new console for notebook. All these things are available here. And then if I go to the edit, of course, in editing is what I think, editing, and then view, all the things are available here, comment tab, everything. Whichever is important during that particular time, I will try to actually show you, right? Right, right, right. So now, if I go to the help, about Jupyter Notebook, shortcut keyboard, shortcuts, and launch Jupyter Notebook file browser. These all help, right? So everything is available. See, a Python reference, IPython reference, NumPy, SciPy, Matplotlib reference, SymPy, Pandas. Pandas is the for working on the data, right? Data analysis. So there are about Jupyter, Markdown, reference, documentation. Okay, so these things are available here. So let me write a very simple, import. If I say, see, if I try to write one program, and it should be written as something like this. See, that as soon I have written the color import, like saying something like import a NumPy. Okay, NumPy as NP. So this is one of the library we import. See, it is the star. You can see the star here. It is actually trying to work here. Once it is done, star is gone. So now the star is done, means it is imported. What is this NumPy? NumPy again, if I go to the help, if I come down, if I go to the NumPy reference, I can get the NumPy reference here. So I can start using NumPy reference here, and then NumPy is how do I use it? See, there are array objects. Many things are available here. Okay, right. I think as of now, this is about the Python, why I'm trying to start this Python. And of course, let us actually look at one more reference of, what is this Python, python.org. Okay, I want to show you this python.org. I think you are able to see this is the python.org, wherein you can see the structure and everything. It is just about downloads, documentation, community, success stories, news, events, right? Okay, we'll work on those.